The WBC, I'm following suit. I'm making my ways in the US with Showtime backing me as well. So he watched that, and he can pick up whatever he wants to pick up from that. But it's so different when you're in the ring with each other. So
he's talking about Deontay Wilder.
Experience what each other's about.
I know you'll sit down with your team and you'll talk about future opponents, but who do you want to?
This is important.
The likes of Joseph Parker, the young New Zealand heavyweight.
Well, I think it's going to have to be the likes of Parker. I was really looking at, the Furies. Either one of them, unfortunately, I hope he gets better soon. He hurt his ankle, unfortunately, which is postponed it because I was hoping to get that sometime in the winter if everything went well July 9th and like it did tonight. But we're going to have to reschedule that. And in the meantime, we can look at other opponents like Parker, if he's vacant, or anyone else that the people want.
I know you've always said that you're not the finished article. What do you think you still need to work on?
Rest. I need to rest. I'm tired. I'm working hard.
Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua's good. I understand that he's going to get a lot of shit because of the quality of competition he's fighting when it comes to Dominic Breazeale, when it comes to who he won the title from, who shouldn't have been champion in the first place, Charles Martin, when it comes to Dylan White. People are saying, he's not beating up world level competition, but he's taking steps toward that competition. And now he's in the deep end, being the IBF champion, and becoming the most lucrative boxer in the heavyweight division. You should have seen, if you saw the fight, or if you didn't see the fight, it's a shame that we can't have that in America right now unless it's a certain amount of names. For him to put that many people in the seats, is putting American boxing to shame. I mean, what is he now? 18-0 with 18 KOs. He knocked out Dominic Breazeale in the 7th round. Dominic Breazeale went down once before he got knocked down again and knocked down and then knocked out. Dominic Breazeale has a chin. He took some tough shots, but us American fans who have been able to watch Dominic Breazeale fights in his fight with Chris Arreola, we know that he's just, he's not a world heavyweight champion, type of fighter. And a lot of people were pissed off when he was chosen by Anthony Joshua as a title defense. But it's so many different ways I can defend that title defense, but I just don't have the time in this video by talking about who was ranked by the IBF at that time and why he couldn't fight a lot of those different guys. So for him to fight Dominic Breazeale, he really had no choice. He really had no choice. And also, there wasn't really a better opponent out there that was available in the IBF rankings at the time. So now, he's in the deep end. There's nothing but big fights out there for him. Now, he's going to be fighting he said it himself that Joseph Parker is going to be next. When it comes to the IBF, out of the WBC, the WBO, and the WBA, the IBF is the most reliable when it comes on forcing their mandatories. If you don't fight your mandatory, you're going to get stripped. They will strip your fucking ass. So he has to fight Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is 19-0 with 16 KOs. He didn't look too good in his last fight against Carlos Takam, which was the biggest fight of his career. And in my opinion, Carlos Takam is a better fighter than Dominic Breazeale, Dylan White, and Charles Martin. So, think of that any way you want. But he's going to have another fight in July, meaning Joseph Parker. He's a New Zealand fighter. So it's really hard for American fans, unless you're really crafty enough to watch his fights. So, and also, when he does fight in New Zealand, those fights come on, the main event like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes they're on like a Wednesday or some shit like that. But Joseph Parker is good. I'm highly interested in the fight. And for hardcore boxing fans who know who Joseph Parker is, you should be interested in the fight as well. And you heard him say that he wanted to fight a Tyson Fury by the end of the year. And I'm pretty much sure that's a fight that could have happened, but Tyson Fury is injured and he's going to be fighting Vladimir Klitschko sometime in October, late September, or October, something like that. So the Joshua fight can't happen. Anthony Joshua was also signed with American network Showtime. So it's a good thing for Showtime and for us American boxing fans, because Showtime is actually investing in international boxing. They're actually investing more in boxing than HBO is. And with Deontay Wilder calling the fight, on the American, on the Showtime end, and them being talked about fighting each other in the future, Wilder versus Anthony Joshua can fight in the future. And when it comes to Deontay Wilder, people have been criticizing his competition, including myself, but I know enough to know that now these guys are in the deep end, you know, with these mandatories and, you know, with these different champions. For example, you got Tyson Fury, you got Vladimir Klitschko, you know, and I'm talking about guys at the top of the division. You know, you got David Haye, you got Deontay Wilder, of course, Anthony Joshua. You got guys like Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker, Luis Ortiz, Lucas Brown, Ruslan Chagayev. The heavyweight division is the deepest it's been, with good quality fighters and big major super fights that can happen. I can name so many super fights. For example, you even got a Kubrat Pulev floating around out there. Despite what you think of Kubrat Pulev and the way he lost to Vladimir Klitschko, he is still good. You know, so, you know, the heavyweight division right now, you know, is stacked. You know, shout out to Anthony Joshua. I understand people are going to say, you know, well, it's Dominic Breazeale. But listen, he whooped Dominic Breazeale ass, and I was actually happy to see it go to the 7th round. Remember, this is the second time he's been to the 7th round, and this is the furthest that Anthony Joshua has ever been. I really want to see him go the distance. You know, I know it's not his fault that he's knocking these guys out, but I really want to see Anthony Joshua go 12 rounds. I want to see how he looks in, you know, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th rounds. You know, I know as a heavyweight, you know, he's supposed to be knocking these guys out, but I'm just saying, you know, I want to see him go the distance. You know, that's just something that I personally want to see. But I'm T Street Controversy. That says T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Follow me on Twitter. What's wrong with my camera? Did anybody notice it's like kind of fuzzy? Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box, and it is active. So everything I talk about in my videos, you know, I back it up with my social media. We're going to be having a live stream later on tonight, Google Hangout. I might do one after this video. I'm not quite sure, but let me get this video uploaded. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.